Back on Radio TKO Thursday, June 3rd, 5:41 in the afternoon. Yours truly, Darcy, hanging out with my man Woody and Corey, streaming on MMASucka.com. Joined right now by UFC light heavyweight Jason Brilz. Of course, last weekend, UFC 114, met up with Lil Nog, Rogerio Nogueira, razor-thin split decision. But a lot of people are talking about, word on the street, there may also be a rematch in the near future between Jason and Rogerio. So we'll join now with Jason Brilz. What do you think of the possibility of that rematch going on?
If it's in the near future, probably not. But I guess down the line, I'm not too keen on rematches. Win, lose, or draw. It was a good fight. He won it. And, I have no problem moving on, fighting somebody else. I don't really care about the wins or losses. I just want to test myself. And, there's a lot of good 205-pounders out here.
Yeah, totally. That's actually a topic of ours on today's show is the log jam at 205. You say you're not too concerned with the win-loss or whatever. Obviously, you have a pretty accomplished record. That in no way in your mind is on your mind of, you'd like to have that kind of back on your, avenged loss list, because, that was a razor close fight, man, and not just because I have you on the show, but I had you winning that fight in my book.
My whole game plan for that fight was to go out and have a good performance, so I felt like, I did that, and, I can live with that.
Cool.
Jason, Corey from Radio TKO. If you don't want the rematch with Rogerio, is there any names that you might want to face in the near future?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Whoever Mr. Silva matches me up with, he's given me 5 quality opponents already. So.
No kidding. Yeah, well, it seems to be every time there's a fight with your name on it, it's something that everybody's, looking to check out on a card. Now, switching gears a little bit, you're a part-time wrestling coach still at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. What's your favorite part of teaching, man?
You know what? My favorite part is when the guys actually start beating me. It's pretty cool. I've worked with a couple guys that, I'd whoop them the first year, and the second year they get a little bit better, third year a little bit, and then the fourth, and then their senior year. It's just everything I had to stay off my back, one went on to, right now I think he's the number 1 ranked wrestler at heavyweight freestyle.
Yeah, you were an accomplished wrestler yourself during your days there. Is that pretty much the biggest tool that you can have in your MMA toolbox, is the ability to dictate where a fight takes place because of your wrestling ability?
And for me it is. For me, I think that's what threw a Lil Nog off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know if I was gonna kick a punch or shoot for the takedown. And it throws the person's timing off.
Yeah, totally. Talking about learning about a fighter's timing and learning how to adjust. You're no newcomer to the sport. You got a record of 18-3 now. You've definitely found something that I'd say you're pretty good at. Yet you're not on a lot of people's lists at 205. What's it going to take for Jason Brilz to become a household name?
Me to win some fights, I guess.
You've won a bunch of fights, though, man. Do you think it's just the caliber of opponent, or maybe, finding yourself on a lot more of these co-main event, pay-per-view, main card kind of scenarios?
Well, being on the main card that's huge. Of course, people are going to know your name then. But I think quality opponents, and I'm not one to really promote myself and get out there and talk smack and stuff.
Mm-hmm, totally.
Sort of fly under the radar a bit with that.
Hey Jason, Woody from Radio TKO. I was wondering if you made any plans for that bonus money yet.
Yes, yeah. Or my wife has, actually. Started looking at a ring and paying off bills.
A little $65,000 extra payday, right?
Yeah, that was real nice.
No kidding. So, other than that, man, really thankful to have you on the show today. We'll let you get back to whatever you're doing. I want to thank Jason Brilz for coming on the show today. Like I said, great fight last weekend with Rogerio Nogueira. Whether it is a rematch or whether you go on to do other things at 205 in the UFC, we're definitely excited to see you fight at every possible occasion. So thanks a lot for being on the show today, Jason.
Well, thanks, guys, for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care, bro.
All right, guys. Bye.
Jason Brilz, live on Radio TKO here on MMASucka.com.